Good morning, pirates. Calendar week 42. Wheat and potatoes. First frost of the winter, and it was a hard one. Summer at the barracks is expansive. Big skies, big fields, big people with big ideas. The day is constant, full of things to do and people doing them. I spend more time in the big house than in the loft. Days are long and nights are warm, filled with action and thoughts and conversation. It is a shared experience over 5.5 hectares and dozens of rooms. Yesterday, I lit the fire in the kitchen for the first time. It's like a mini Aga, but a cheap Chinese knockoff mini Aga. And last night it frosted pretty hard. Now winters might get a little tough, and I might get a little grumpy when the skies only brighten up for a couple of hours a day. But the feeling of returning to the intimate in the barracks is beautiful, secure and homely. Still, there is plenty to be getting on with. Last week I got the last of the potatoes in. There are a lot of them. Every year there are some which don't get eaten by the spring when they start to sprout again. The idea is to eat the ones which store the best last, but also I meant to grow fewer this year. Well, that didn't work out. It was an absolutely crazy harvest, and I have more than ever. I dug and raked the plot completely in 3 days, and found another 20 kilos of spuds which I boiled and fed to the pigs. Having the fire running all day, it seems a waste to not permanently have hot water and something cooking. I would never cook potatoes for the pigs on solar, but when I have all this heat anyway, they get lucky. Then I sowed the wheat. It's a bit late going in, and what with that frost last night, it might be dead in the ground. We shall see in the next week, hopefully. I also fixed up the doors the pigs busted last year. I think one of them will hold. The other seems too far gone, and they will no doubt destroy it. I'm planning to move them over to their winter palace this week, possibly even today. I think I've got everything ready, and now it's just a question of biting the bullet and moving them over. I shall certainly do the last test on the electric fence when I go to feed them in about an hour. Mostly this week, though, younger child and I made a xylophone for the older child's child, or the grandchild as she's also known. Believe it or not, she's just had her first birthday. I forgot to ask younger child if I could post a picture of her, as the only photo I have of said musical instrument are as modelled by her. If she says I can post it, I'll put it on an Instagram story, and you'd better go and like it. This week I shall, optimistically, fix all the curtains in the loft. While I'm at it, I might well mend some of the new holes that I discovered in the window frames when we had a bit of a storm recently. Do indoorsy stuff generally. Harvest all the cabbages. This might involve making some new pirate boxes for them to go in. Chop wood, but this hardly needs saying. I really didn't get much done in the winter. And, in a final word, the world is falling apart. Forget the headlines. Go outside and breathe in the air and tell me you can't feel it. We need to start working harder on being good to each other. So go and be good. Much piratey love. Your Pirate Ben. XO. XO.